hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni,
Hello everyone! How's it going? Today, I am going to be repotting these two very sad plants. Before you come for me for being a bad plant dad, let me tell you that the only reason that this plant is so wilty is because I haven't watered it in over a month. The reason that this one is so wilty is because I haven't watered it in like 3 months. But that's because I know that this plant is a major drama queen. After I water it, in less than 24 hours, it'll perk up again. I think what happened with this leaf is that I overwatered it. And another reason I haven't watered this recently is because the pot is way too small. You'll notice that it is like extremely overgrown. And one of my friends, I was on the phone with one of my friends the other day, she told me that snake plants or Sansevieria fasciata do better when they're root bound or when they have less room for their roots to spread out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this monstera deliciosa into this pot, and then I'm going to transfer this plant to a smaller pot that I have on hand. This one. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let me show you what kind of materials and supplies that you will need to repot this plant, this kind of plant, and this plant as well. You will need a stick or post of some kind. I'm using a sandblasted manzanita branch, some chunky rocks, potting soil, desert potting soil, twine, and river rocks. Since I'm going to need this pot for my monstera, the first thing that I'm going to do is unpot the snake plants. I could like pull them out like a weed, but I don't want to risk breaking the roots or anything. I'm just gonna dump them. After removing the plant from its old container, the next step is to clean the roots of old, dried out soil. I then brought in the new pot and filled the bottom of it with some chunky rocks. This helps the soil to drain. The trickiest part was arranging the Sansevieria in the pot so that the rhizome had room to continue growing and so that the leaves would stand upright. I filled the pot up to nearly the top with desert potting soil since the snake plant is considered a succulent. I dug a hole for the first plant and popped it in. Snake plants grow kind of like potatoes in that the mother plant or rhizome will send out a runner. For snake plants, they're called pups, and the new shoots grow from that point. I pointed them in a direction where they would have room to continue sending out pups and covered the roots with soil. After that, I placed some river rocks to hold everything in place, and I tied the long leaves to encourage the pups to grow upwards. Just like that, the first plant is done. For the monstera deliciosa, I first had to remove the old stake and clip off the dead leaves. I was pretty thorough with this because the parts of the plant that have died can't come back to life, so I don't feel like there's much sense in making it waste energy to feed the leaves which are already dying. Anything that was dried or looked burnt, I clipped off. The exception was a few vines that didn't look close enough to send out new growth because I wanted to give them more surface area to photosynthesize. Okay, so all of these vines have been trimmed back. Like I said, I think this one, although this leaf is looking a little like dead because it's so close to the new growth, I think I can keep this on until I see some new growth sprouting here. Otherwise, the process at the beginning is the same. So I'm gonna fill the bottom of this with some rocks, add some soil, put the plant into here, and then what I'm gonna wanna do is stake it, because you see, without something for these vines to climb onto, they kind of just like droop over, and I don't dig that. Plant update! It's a couple of days later. The snake plant is doing really well. I'm happy with the way that it's standing up. I'm hoping that I can remove this string soon. It was originally over there in the corner, but I think maybe it needs a little bit more light. The last time it was here, it got kind of mushy. The monstera deliciosa I have over here because they like a lot of sunlight, and I think it's doing really, really well too. The newest leaves look super healthy. This leaf is beginning to unfurl, which is super exciting. I have this plan where I'm going to move like this plant and add a couple of others to a bench right here in front of the window, and then move this deliciosa over there with like a chair and like a smaller end table. That way it'll be easy to move around because I do all my self-tapes here. But I don't know what kind of plants to put on my little plant bench. So if you have recommendations for indoor plants that are pretty easy to take care of, I have east-facing windows, if that helps at all. I would love to know your recommendations. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Bye.